extraordinaire, Gabriel Michaud. Gabriel, hey, come on up. Hey, man. All right.
Thanks, John.
Great to have you here. So go ahead, you take it away. Show them some 5.3.
Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here today with you to show you what's new in 5.3. But you know, it's been a year since we last saw each other in Long Beach. And I thought it would be a good idea to start by reviewing everything that we did in the past year. 5.1, released in April, included features like OData and Power BI, which John mentioned this morning. We also had some goodies like FedEx SmartPost, UPS SurePost integration. In August, we introduced Acumatica 5.2, again with a solid set of features, a lot of new enhancements. Things like relative date filters, which allow you to create predefined filters, for example, that can show you the list of order or sales that came in the past week. Another nice feature in 5.2 is the online currency rate refresh. If you have employees traveling in multiple countries, entering expense claims in Acumatica, you'll find this feature very convenient. In a single click or through a schedule, you can get up-to-date refresh rates in any currency in the world. Over the past year, that's over 50 new features that were delivered. And today, I'd like to show you what we've been doing in the past few months with Acumatica 5.3. Let's take a look. The first thing I would like to do today is take a look at mobile. Actually, it's something that we launched at the last summit, but we've come a long way since the release of the mobile app. As you probably all know, Acumatica is built on a platform that allows you to add new features, extend screens, add new fields, change the business logic. We've built the mobile app using the same philosophy. So you, as partners and customers of Acumatica, can add onto this application. Everything is based off simple XML files that can be added and dropped in your site, so you can build new functionality. We think this is a huge business opportunity for ISVs and partners building on mobile. One area I would like to take a look at today with you in mobile is approvals. Sure, it's something that you can do in the browser, but as business owners, as managers, you're constantly on the go. You're traveling, sitting in a cab, waiting to catch a flight, or having lunch with a customer. By using your smartphone, you get a really, really convenient and fast way to do your approvals. So let's take a look. Great, so I'm going to open the Acumatica app, and I'm going to sign in using my fingerprint, Touch ID. Take a look at what we have now in the mobile app. There's so much more. We now have mobile CRM, time cards, sales orders, cash transactions, projects, purchase orders, and requisitions. That's a lot of new features. So let's open approvals. So as you can see, I have 3 documents to approve. The first one is an expense claim. And if you recall, last year when we first showed that, this is exactly what we presented, expense claims. The reason I would like to revisit this feature today is to highlight some of the unique capabilities of your smartphone. It has sensors like GPS. It has a fingerprint reader. It also has a camera. So for expense claims, it's very convenient. If you're having a lunch with a customer, all you have to do is snap a picture of the receipt. And while I'm at it, let's do something fun. I need a big smile, guys. OK. Let's get back to business. People who were at my breakout session last year on the platform probably remember that my wife texted me, and she kept harassing until I replied, and this is what we did. Anyway, it was fun. OK, let's save this and get back to business. Next document is a sales order. Sales orders are new in the mobile app. You can create new sales orders. So if you're on the go and want to create a quote or enter a sales using the app, you can do that. In my case, it's just a document that I need to approve. So let's take a look. I'm going to go to document details and review the content of this sales order. So I have a product here, And it looks like the price is pretty low. So it's probably why the approval was sent to me rather than some other manager inside the company. So like 20%, that's a pretty steep discount. But that's a good customer, and he's been giving us a lot of business. So I think we should approve it. Let's do it. Click and approve. We're done. And it's gone. Next one is a time card. Again, same thing. Time card, another new feature in 5.3 in the mobile app. You can use it to enter new time cards. If you're working on projects, you can log your time against a project and a project task. So I'm going to review, clicking on details. Again, I see like various entries working on different projects. And everything looks correct. Let's tap. And what should we do? Approve? Approve. And that's it. And I forgot expense claim, so let's approve it as well with the new picture. So mobile app is the quickest and fastest way to do approvals, and it's also improved in version 5.3. One thing I'd like you to remember is that everything I just showed you works just as well on Android. So if you have an Android device, you can get the Acumatica app, and you will see the same set of applets that I have on the Acumatica start screen. It's totally transparent, and when you build new screens and applets for the Acumatica mobile app, it works transparently across both platforms. There's a lot of exciting things that you will see today with Acumatica 5.3, but there's also a lot to be said about how you will feel when using this new version. It's more stable, it's more predictable, and it's also a lot faster than before. How much faster is it? Let's take a look. First of all, we're talking about a 20% overall increase in performance. Everything that you do with the system, whether it's data entry, running an inquiry, or creating a customer, you'll feel the difference. What do you think? Next item is page loads. Acumatica is already very fast, but we've made it lightning quick in 5.3. For page loads, we're talking about a 40% increase in performance. And lastly, we've also made specific improvements in areas like sales order processing, distribution, and inventory. And we really focused and spent a lot of time improving these areas. So shipment processing, we've seen 2x performance improvements, 100% faster. Sales order creation. If you have an e-commerce site taking tons and tons of orders, hundreds, thousands, 200% faster. Amazing, guys. So we have a customer that's processing almost 3,000 orders a day using Acumatica. And how much time do you think they can save using this new version? 2 hours a day. That's huge. Next topic I'd like to discuss is marketing automation. The world is moving toward digital marketing. And what's critical when doing digital marketing is having a tool that can help you automate this process. A tool that can help you get new leads, drive traffic to your website, engage with your customers, with your prospects, with your leads on social media, but also rank those leads. Identify which leads are which leads are the best, and which leads you should simply discard because they're not interested. Finally, you also want to nurture those leads. You want to interact with them, and you want to do this like automatically. If you have 5,000 leads in your contact database, I mean, it's impossible for you to send an email and get on the phone and talk to them every day. So you need a tool to help you with this. So we've decided to build an integration with HubSpot. HubSpot is one of the market-leading marketing automation solutions. And I'd like to show you how it works. HDMI, please. So imagine that you're a cloud ERP company. I'm sure some of you are, reselling great products like Acumatica. So you have a website and you want to drive traffic to this website. So what can you do? Well, one idea is to create some ebook and have people go to your website and download this ebook to learn more about cloud ERP. So using HubSpot, I've created this simple landing page where my prospects can go, enter their name and email, and receive this ebook. So let's register and try it. Once I hit submit, my personal information will be added to the HubSpot database. It will not be synchronized to Acumatica at this point. Why? Simply because I've decided to only get the interesting prospects in my database. Until this lead has been qualified, I don't want to pollute my Acumatica CRM database with this lead. You know, like people will go there, enter like phony names and fake information. So really, like, it's not interesting at this point. But what's really interesting about HubSpot and marketing automation is that I will be starting to get a lot of insight about this Gabriel who just registered to download my ebook. Once he downloads the ebook, I will have a flag in my system. Once he reads it, something else. If in the next few days he decides to go to my website and check and read more about Acumatica and how great is cloud ERP, it will also be flagged in my database. And at some point, I will have a pretty solid idea that Gabriel is really interested in Acumatica and that maybe I should take the phone and have a call with him. So once the lead is qualified, it will be synchronized with Acumatica. So let's connect to my Acumatica system and see how it will look like at this point. I'm going to search. If you recall, universal search is something that we introduced last year. Really nice feature. There we are, Gabriel. So the lead is marked as not validated. Somebody needs to take a look and fill in the missing information. It has already been assigned to one of my employees, Maxwell, who will be taking care of this lead until I close it. So Maxwell will go probably find my phone number and fill in some other information, whatever. And once I mark this lead as validated inside Acumatica, all the changes that I have made will be synchronized back to HubSpot. So it's a two-way synchronization between both systems. So without getting too technical, I'd like to show you how we built this integration. We've used our integration services system. So it means that you can make changes to the way synchronization happens. Remember I told you that I was not interested in having this lead until it's qualified. It's something that you configure through this screen. If you are in a different industry and need to get more specific information, like the number of employees or the type of business or the certifications or whatever, like you can also add extra fields and get them synchronized using the import and export scenarios that we have in the system. It's something that we built for our own use. We use it internally at Acumatica, and we know you will also like it for your business. Speaking of integrations and APIs, you know Acumatica has a powerful web services API. It's something we had from the ground up. When we first built Acumatica, we worked on this great web services API. We have partners such as PC Bennett, Fusion, that have built great solutions, amazing solutions, I would say, using these web services APIs. Let's show you how you can use these web services today to retrieve an inventory item. Imagine that you're building an e-commerce platform and you need to get inventory and description and quantities. So that's how you would do it today. Who is fast at counting? How many lines of code is that? Is it like 10, 15, 20? 26. Exactly. That's 26 lines. That's a lot of code, right? So I would like to show you how you can do it using the new Web Services API in Acumatica 5.3. Is that it? One line of code. So which one do you prefer, this one or the other one? I'm pretty sure that unless you're paid by the line of code that you write, that you'll prefer using the new Web Services API. But you know, it's great that you can do things faster using the new Web Services API. But there's another very important reason why we built this new API. It is compatibility. Let's consider this very simple example. You're building an integration with TransUnion to retrieve the credit score of your customers. So you're retrieving this information using a web service, and you're then updating the customer terms using our API. What do you think would happen if Acumatica, in the 6.0 version, decided to rename this field Payment Terms, or simply move it to the Billing Settings tab? Boom. Actually, you will not get a blue screen, but the reality is that your integration will be broken. To be fair, it's a very simple change, and it requires a simple recompile, so it's not a big deal. But if you're an ISV, like PC Bennett, like Fusion, or if you're simply a partner supporting customers with multiple versions of Acumatica, that can become a problem, because you need to make multiple versions, and you're always anxious whenever your customer decides to update. You don't really know what's going to happen until you flip the switch. The new Web Services API solves that. And this is why we call it, actually, the new API solves that. And I would like to tell you why we've named it the Contract-Based Web Services API. So the reason is this screen. This screen is actually called Endpoints and not Contract. But Endpoints is where you define the contract between Acumatica and the application that's consuming web services. So these contracts are durable and are guaranteed to work across versions. If you build something against this API, it will work in 5.3.1, in 5.3.2, and it will work in 6.0. So it's not affected by screen change, how simple this change may be. What do you think? So I went kind of geeky here, showed you all this programming API source code. I hope I did not lose you. But anyway, if you're a programmer and you're interested to learn more about this API, I will be doing a breakout session tomorrow. And our CTO, Mike, will also be making some exciting announcements tomorrow during the keynote about this API. You know, there's so much more about 5.3. It would take me hours to go through some of the features that we have. But before I finish, I would like to highlight some of the great things that we've introduced with 5.3. Features like GL reclassification, sales and gross margin reports. Finally, sales reports in Acumatica. I'm sure you've all been waiting for that. Improved bank statements, enhanced customization tools, and so much more. And the best thing, it's available today on the portal. Go get it, guys. Thanks.
All right, Gabrielle. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Please stick around for a minute. We're going to need you for a couple more things here. So that's 5.3. Rock solid solution, ready to go to market with today. But one of the things I want to talk about next is something I've noticed happening as I'm out working with you guys on customer solutions over the last year. And that is increasing complexity off the expectations that mid-market customers now have of what their business solution should be doing for them. It's no longer just about the accounting and maybe connecting with inventory. They want to connect to their e-commerce site, they want to connect to their marketing automation, they want to connect to their CRM, etc. And this is creating a complexity scale issue that we really need to figure out how to address together. It's something that I've seen when I look at some of the implementations that partners are building and see that all these ISV components are coming together, sometimes, honestly, for the first time with that particular implementation. And that's not acceptable. So we've decided to go and attack this problem head on. And we're doing that with an important announcement that I'm making here today, which is the opening of Acumatica Labs in Montreal, Canada. So I mentioned earlier I was going to say some more about Canada. Yeah? Yeah. And Monsieur Michaud here is going to be the lead on it. He's going to be the general manager of the laboratory up in Montreal. And we've got a team that's already hired. We've been sort of working this, getting ready, but we got a core team already in place. We've got a couple more people that started this week, and we're hiring. So if you guys know anyone who wants to come work with us in Montreal, we've got jobs posted. And this lab is going to play a very important role. It's going to be a connection between customers and partners and engineering, and they're actually going to get into doing deep customizations. And then it's going to be an ISV integration lab. So we're going to take all those ISV products that are out there, and we're going to run them together on a particular stack of Acumatica and really test and test and test and make sure that we've got it really hardened. Because what that means for you VARs is that you should be able to go into a customer situation with confidence that if you have this version of Acumatica and this version of these ISV products, that things are going to all work together very well. And that will make everybody's life easier. Yeah, no, it's a good thing. So as I said, this has been actually something we've been working on for the last few months. Excited to make the announcement here today. But let's take a look at something that Gabrielle and team have been working on with JAS Systems on the JAMS product. So let's take a look.
Thanks, John. I'm very excited to give you the first glimpse at the JAMS product configurator. We've been working with the JAS team for a few months now, and I have something great to show you. So before I do my demo, I would like to get you in context. So picture this. Imagine that you're a manufacturer making loading docks. So let's take a look at the dock seal. Every order that you receive is different. Everything is made to order. You can make loading docks of different widths, of different heights. And you can also make loading docks of different performance qualities with different fabrics. They can even be in different colors, like orange. So the product configurator is designed to handle companies like this one. And let's take a look. So if you're already familiar with the JAMS product, you have already seen, I guess, the bill of material, production management, MRP. And product configurator is the new section that we have been working on together with JAS. I'm going to open the first screen, configuration maintenance. This is where you define your configurable products. So let's take a look at the dock seal. The dock seal has different features. So as I mentioned, the color, so you can pick between black, blue, brown, and green. And I also have different fabrics. So like vinyl, Hercules, Epilon, whatever that is. And as I select the different features and options, the next options available to me will change. So for example, green could only be available in vinyl, and black available in all fabrics. So this system is designed to handle scenarios like this one. And finally, based on the options that you select, the system will calculate the price and the materials that you need to build this dock seal. To do that, the JAS team built a formula engine inside the product configurator. So what you see here, under quantity required, is a formula that takes the different attributes, like the height and width of my dock seal. So this is the formula engine and the different attributes that are available for this product. This is a simple example, obviously, but it could be much more complex and handle like very advanced configurable products. Now let's go to the sales order entry and show you how you would configure the dock seal for a customer. Which customer should I pick?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think?
Someone
who's the bartending group. Yeah. Let's pick someone who's got a dock.
Dock, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to select my product. And as you may notice, in the toolbar here, I have a new button, Configure. So let's click on it and see what happens. Great. So on this first tab, I have the different attributes. So let's enter height. So it's a 9 by 10 loading dock. And under the Options tab, I need to select my color and the fabric that I'm going to be using. So let's start with the color. I'll take a black one. click Add. And then I'll move on to the fabric. So on the left side, you see all the different features. Until I've selected all features, you will see this yellow exclamation mark here. So let's pick the fabric, click Add. So I'm pretty much done. What I'm going to do now is click Finish. And when I do that, the system will verify that I've selected all the options which are required for the dock seal. So there's no way I can forget something. The system will tell me if I forget to enter the size or to pick a color. And it's also going to calculate the price. So let's see how much this dock seal would cost. $524. Is that a good price?
I don't know. It seems like a fair price to me.
Okay.
I don't buy a lot of dock seals.
Okay. So let's go ahead and create a production order. So we're using the same feature that is there for JAMS to create productions based on a sales order. Let's select the product and click Create. I'm done. As you can see, I have my production order ready, and the dock seal will be out and shipped to my customer in just a few days.
It's awesome. All right, Gabrielle. Awesome. Another example of what's coming out of there. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day.